Well, good morning, good morning. We're gathering for coffee with Casper. Here comes the Casp. Here you go, come on up. Say hi. Attaboy. Good morning. Good morning. You see your friends there? There's your friends out there. Yes, good morning from Albuquerque. Nice to see you this morning, Deborah. All right. We are gathering. All right. Teresa, welcome. We're glad you're here. Nice to see you this morning. All right, let me know where you're checking in from. We're going to gong ourselves in about a minute. We're up on Facebook from Boise. Dave, nice to see you this morning. And there's Loretta right with the Boise gang. Good to see you guys this morning. All right, aloha from Honolulu. Nice to see you, Patty. Nice to see you. Good morning, good morning. All right, and from Eureka. Aloha from Eureka. We're checking in this morning. We're glad you're here. We're going to gong ourselves in just about a minute. Nice to see you all this morning. Okay, good morning from South Carolina. All right, nice to see you, Becky. Good morning, good morning. Okay, Casper, we're going to get down. Here we go. It's 8:30. We're going to gong ourselves in just for these 20 minutes together. Good to see you this morning. Here we go. Good morning from Sacramento. Nice to see you, Teresa, this morning. Good to see you, Kathy. Nice to see you, Rev. Good to see you all this morning. Here we go. Here, let's gong ourselves in. Everybody take a big, deep breath in. Let us sound ah. Just let that release happen. Take another big, deep breath in. Let the energy flow up into your heart center. Let it sound ah. Relaxing the shoulders and becoming present to this morning now. Good morning from Hollywood. Beautiful, glamorous Hollywood. Well, here we are. What a world, huh? What a world. Things going on in the outer world all the time. And things move from the inside out. That's what we're all gathered here. I'm Harry Morgan Moses. You're watching Coffee with Casper. This is our 20 minutes together just to remind ourselves of who we are and remind ourselves of the fundamental thing that each of us who are connected through this activity, Coffee with Casper, and we invite you to share it wherever it can do some good. That's the whole point, that each one of us is equipped to comfortably live our lives and fulfill our purpose. And that has a deep resonance within us, and the world is shaky. It's vibrating out in the density, and we sometimes lose track of that inner self. And so here's what we know. This is what we know for sure. What we know for sure is that every atomic and subatomic particle and wave of life in the whole of creation is interrelated, interdependent, and interconnected. Let me say that again. This is what we are knowing. Everybody here watching today is remembering. And we are knowing. Good morning from Arizona. Good morning from Palm Desert. What we are knowing is that every atomic and subatomic particle and wave of life in the whole of creation is interrelated, interdependent, and interconnected. So we are particles, yes. We're even more than particles. We go from particles to atoms to molecules to organs to systems to an entire living environment that's the reality of our body itself, yes? It's a whole reality that's happening in us. It is done unto us. We are not doing it. You don't know how to make a liver live or a kidney kid or a heartbeat beat. It's being done unto us. And so we are being given the gift of life. And then the opportunity, as the poet Ernest Holmes said, to see through the mist into the eternal and changeless reality. And it's only as we do that seeing, we allow our inner self to see through the mist, the chaos of the world, that we can bring peace to the world, that we can bring peace to the environment that is our whole body community. We can bring peace to our mind, and this is what we do by establishing our intentions and being clear that no matter whatever our mind might be doing, whatever tricky thoughts might be running through our head, the reality is that we are an entire ecosystem in ourselves, and that the way that we handle that ecosystem is the way that we are managing, as Mary Baker Eddy said, is we are standing porter at the door of our thought and not letting the, as Judge Thomas Troward said, the repetitive neurotic thought patterns of our mind, or as the Buddhist calls it, the monkey mind, become our reality. We think that those spinning thoughts are us. And we are that which is looking at the spinning thoughts, that which can perceive that we are having spinning thoughts, that which can decide what we're going to do with our mind and our disposition. So, I don't know if you saw the pretty poster of Casper's new good four-legged friend, because his old-time buddy passed away, is a kitty cat. And the two of them have become very fast friends in just these couple of months. And it's adorable to see how Casper controls his animal instinct to be kind and loving and gentle with the cat. And the cat, in turn, never pulls its claws out. It plays. They play together. They're working together. And that's what we talked about last week when we showed that triangle. You can go this way up the triangle. You can go this way up the triangle. And it's reminding us of the old song. You take the high road, and I'll take the low road, and we'll take the same road together. So that's what we need to remember, that we are all in this together, and we can always work it out. In an infinite field of possibilities, there has to always be a solution. Because let's say that we get to an impasse someplace in our lives, we're not sure what to do, or we don't know what our decisions are going to be, or what the right way to move is. That doesn't mean that the infinite is limited in any way. It's just you can only see from that particular spot that you're looking, you can only see those choices that you've so far locked into. And if we let go and go into our deeper selves, we'll see there's always a solution. There's always an opportunity to work together to find solution. The key is the working together. That we need to know, whether you're taking the high road and I'm taking the low road, that we're taking the same road together. Some of our friends are in other countries, and often we get a picture of some meal coming from France, or some wonderful occasion coming from Canada, or some beautiful beach scene coming from Mexico. And you may have been in one of those places, and you're not there at this moment, but when you see that image, you see that you're in the different places together at the same time, right? That we're in different places together at the same time a lot of the time. But the key is that we're always together, and that we recognize that we can always work together. And that's the interesting thing. In this country, of course, the United States, we had a big election, and there was big fear about the mounting divisiveness in the country. And it turns out that it's the same divisiveness. Some people believe in the high road, and some people believe in the long road. And it doesn't matter. We're all in this together, and the destination is the same. That every human being, that we believe in equal justice and equal rights and equal harmony. And we're concerned here on Coffee with Casper. We are talking about the universal laws of creation. And the universal laws of creation belong to all people. Now, it is true that we have the great saying that the trained mind has more power than the untrained mind, which is to say that, if you have a horse and it's not well trained, the horse has too much power and can overwhelm you. And yet, if we know the horse and we train the horse and we work with that big giant animal, that big giant animal becomes our friend and our ally. And horses have been helping humanity since we first learned that we might be able to work with the four-legged creatures. And they still do to this day, bringing tremendous joy to those people who are equestrians. And just, it doesn't matter what thing that you're into that you enjoy, all of them are good, and we're all that which is inspiring, that thing itself, that which is the inspiritization, that inspiring thing, whatever it is that turns you on, that inspiration itself is the same for everybody. we're going to come out. It's going to come out in different forms. You know, what we're attracted to, what we like, where we want to hang out. That's going to change according to our individual choices. But the thing that is there, the inspiration itself, is something that belongs to all people, and it comes from within. The inspiritization, that which brings forth the sameness, the belonging togetherness of all things. And when we get it right, we begin to move toward the Martin Luther King dream. You know, that we should all, that one day my children will be judged by the quality of their character rather than the color of their skin. And that's so true in everything, that once we begin to see through the eyes of the one, and know that each one is the same, that I am that I am, you are that I am that which God is, that which Spirit is, that which energy is, I am that, and you are that. And when we begin to really know that, we begin to come up with a divine inspiration which sees the Spirit in each and all, right? That we begin to see that namaste vision. The Spirit of God within me honors that spirit of energy within you. And it doesn't matter whether we call it God or energy or all of the different names for the divine. It doesn't matter, because the energy is one. E equals M. Energy and matter are equal and interchangeable. And when we all know that we are one with that one, then we can dive beneath the surface and find that place of peace and poise and balance within us, right? And bring that place to the surface. That place which has a reverence for all of life, a reverence for each and every soul, a reverence for the very breath of life that we can take today, a reverence for the stars and the kingdoms and the movements of the planets and the galaxies and the universes and universes upon universes. And for me, that reverence also has a tremendous awe in it. And yet sometimes in our day-to-day living and our working through chopping wood and carrying water, what we need to do to carry on with life, we get stuck in the mundane. We get stuck in our problems. We get stuck in our worries and concerns. And that is why we say, daily we meditate. Daily we quiet the mind. I often use the idea that I am this and this is the whole, and I want to rest in it, right? Not just in my own spinning biosystem. I want to rest in the whole. So for that reason, we quiet the mind, and we tune into the qualities of the eternal verities, what we call the qualities of the goodness of life, beauty and wisdom and peace and poise and balance and harmony and solution and receptivity and guidance, leading us daily, deeper and deeper into our true and authentic nature. The more we touch that true and authentic nature, the more it resonates out from us. Now, since every atomic and subatomic particle of all of life, of the whole of creation, is connected and interconnected, you see that this tone that comes from me, yeah? I'm always sending out a vibration. Everyone is always sending out a vibration. And is that vibration that you're sending out, is it matching what's at your center? Or is it matching the spinning that's going on in the world? And there's a tremendous amount of spinning going on in the world. And that's okay. We will get through it, because we're coming to the realization on the planet of the unity of all life. And when we go beneath the surface and we discover, it was funny because it's my highest self and my innermost self is the one self, right? As we discover this highest and innermost part of ourselves and bring those qualities by identifying them, peace and harmony and joy and wisdom and freedom and belonging and justice. And there are so many of those verities that ring out for eternity, and we must tune into them to identify with the goodness and the wholeness of the energy itself, because its true nature is harmony. And therefore its true nature will come through. That's what will birth forth from us, through us, into the world when we begin to identify with that true nature. And that's ours to do. You want to say hi again? That's ours to do. To take the time to identify with our true nature. Here in the United States, we're coming up to Thanksgiving. Next week is Thanksgiving. We'll be here next week on Tuesday. And as we would do in this country, we would spend time thinking about gratitude and the attitude of gratitude and participating with it. So we got people from all over the country. Let me know where you are. We're all over the place right now. We're in Carolinas, we're in the East Coast, we're in the West Coast, we're in Hawaii, and this is Coffee with Casper. We're connecting light workers, people who know about the unity of all life, and therefore are looking within themselves to touch that perfect place of guidance, what's called the still small voice. The psalmist called it the still small voice, and allow that still small voice to as the new era is unfolding, as we're letting go of the egoic structures of selfishness and greed and war and violence and attack and anger and righteous indignation, as we release that and come into our deeper nature, which is to be in tune and to be harmonious and to draw forth the qualities from the divine that we seek to experience: joy and peace and beauty and wisdom and wholeness. Wholeness coming out as health. So health, wealth, love, purpose, all of those things are our divine birthright, and to be comfortably in them, not to be fighting the world to break through to get there, but to bring that from within us to the world, because the world needs the very peace that you can bring. The world needs the very wisdom that you can bring. The world needs the very love. Hi from Woodland Hills. The world needs the very authentic, true self of yourself to come forth into the world. And so that means we sort of let go. We let go of our grip on the human tendency to suffer, the human tendency to be worried, the human tendency to participate in the outer structures of life, whereas when we really know is that consciousness determines experience. The sum total of everything I think, say, do, and feel is creating that consciousness within me, which is vibrating out and recreating itself through the law of the circle as my experience. What comes from me returns to me as my experience. This is the great law of life, and not everyone is aware of it. They think things are happening randomly, or that somehow, good morning from Oceano, up in the middle of California. Good to see you this morning. That's our friend Ted, who's a great musician and drummer and singer and artist in the world. It's so wonderful that we all are so different. We bring our uniqueness forward. Even as we gather with Coffee with Casper, we bring our uniqueness forward and our individuality. So what we're creating right here, this energy of the group called the Circle of Souls, who is touching this video and reaching out into the world, we are focusing once a week, remembering, sometimes you want to play the video a couple of times, but remembering that we are the ones who are creating the consciousness which is determining not everything in my world, because I am one with the one, and I am one with the race. And even though the race is filled with all of these tensions, I am the place that can bring the peace and the poise and the balance and the harmony to the arena itself. That tone that is coming from me begins to be a tone that is being transformative in the world. And it's not just when you're talking to people, it's not just when you're engaged, it's the tone that's coming from you all the time. Your vibration is making a difference. Who you are in the world is making a difference. You're bringing your light, the light of the one in you, as you, through you, the energy of the one. You're allowing yourself to be in tune with that infinite energy. You cannot run out. You're allowing yourself to be in tune with it, so that the vibration coming from you is a vibration that is transformative, that is healing, that is uplifting, that is bringing something great into the world. And that's all we're doing here this morning. We're reminding you of that magnificence within you, that vibration that only you could bring. Anyone can light a candle, but not the way that you do, right? We are the ones that bring forth the light through our awareness, through our practice, through our studies, through our willingness to grow. We are the ones who are bringing this transformative energy into the world. And your presence in the world is essential. Who you are is something magnificent. What you can bring in terms of the vibration coming from you all the time can heal, uplift, transform, and bring forth health, wealth, love, fulfillment, and purpose in all that is your life. How amazing is that you have evolved this far, that you have taken the reins of this giant thing called your divine self, and you're guiding it. You're allowing it and you to work together to be a transformative force in the world at the time when the world is in transformation. Who you are is something wonderful. And practice it this week. Remember it this week. Bring it forth this week to those who touch the reading experience. And let's allow the healing, that which needs to be healed and repaired and transformed, to happen. I'm almost through the plumbing challenge. We've narrowed it down. We're on a path to solution. And everything is going to flow. Everything is going to flow. And you can move into that flow. You can be part of that flow. You are a light in that flow. So until we meet again, we invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you. And the pure light within you guide you on your way. We'll be back next week with Coffee with Casper. Do me a favor. Share this video with anyone you know who it might help. And let's bring more light into the world together. See you next week on Coffee with Casper. Bye for now. You say goodbye? Did you say goodbye? Yeah. It was wonderful to be with you. Thanks for coming in. Bye for now. See you next Tuesday on Coffee with Casper, or whatever day you're watching on whatever channel, YouTube, Facebook, wherever. Send it around. We'll see.